Choosing who to marry is one of the most important decisions you make in your life. And doing it right could mean a merry marriage. And doing it wrong could be a miserable marriage. First point we're going to talk about is in choosing who to marry. It is very important that you take advice from 1 Kings chapter 16, where God said to Prophet Samuel, men look at appearances. Do not look at their appearance or their stature or even their status in society, because that's the fastest way to make mistake when choosing a life partner. Don't look at how tall he is. Don't look at how big he is. Don't look at his shape or his size, because that could mislead you. The prophet Samuel almost anointed the wrong person. He almost anointed Eliab because he was looking at how tall, and he would have missed David. And there's no way Eliab would have been a David. So when choosing a husband, make sure you're not just looking at how tall or how big or whether he has 6 packs or whether he's 6 feet or 7 feet. The next point to consider when choosing a husband is to make sure that he is the bone of your bones. Today we have people looking for chemistry. See, chemistry is not as important as compatibility. The most important thing is that are you compatible? Not the chemistry, not the feelings that flash around. You could have a lot of chemistry, but your compatibility is poor. It's also important to know that today people are going for vibes, the shared vibes. The values you share is what will keep your marriage, not vibes. If you don't have the same values in many things, in parenting, in finances, in the things of God, if you don't have the same values, vibes will fail you. And most importantly, you need to also understand that the purpose you share is more important than the pleasures you share. People remember the pleasures they share with whoever they are dating, but they don't think and ask themselves, do we share the same purpose? He wants to go to church. Do I want to go to church? He wants to go to clubs on Saturday or Sunday. Is that what I want? He wants to do this. I don't want to do that. So shared purpose is more important than shared pleasure. Vibes are not as important as value. And chemistry is something that's fleeting. The real thing is compatibility. The third point, when a woman is choosing a husband, you must make sure that getting married is not your only ambition. There are so many people, women, that when they want to get married, they switch off every other thing. You're not trying to learn a trade. You're not trying to get a degree. You're not trying to get a postgraduate degree. You get into a point in your life where the only thing you are doing is you want to get married. You're not trying to get a job. So you become dependent on whoever you're trying to date. You become dependent on whoever you get married to. You must be ambitious. There must be something you want to do. Even if your ambition is not as big as the ambition of your husband, you must have an ambition so you can create and contribute to the home, to the marriage. If you want to get married and the only ambition is I want to get married, you're not thinking about any other thing, you're going to be desperate, and that will drive you into error. The fourth mistake that a lot of women make when they want to get married or choose who to get married to is a lot of women start to go in onto the people they want to get married. Somebody may ask me, what do you mean, JP? What I mean is, if you go to the book of Genesis chapter 16, Sarah begged Abraham, his name was Abraham then, and said, please, can you go in onto my maid Hagar so that he can bring forth for me? Abraham slept with Hagar and they had Ishmael. If you start to go in onto the person that you want to get married, you're going to regret it years after. Whether you are going in by sleeping with him or you are going in by going to live with him, cohabitation, whichever one you do, you're going to regret it. Even if he gets married to you, eventually, that will tarnish your testimony. When you're talking about how you get married, you will not be proud to say, we never slept together. And then there will be trust issues. So if you are thinking about getting married, don't make this mistake of going in onto them before you get married to them. The last mistake that women make when they're trying to select who to marry or choose a husband is they marry somebody who does not fear God nor regard man. We know the story in Luke chapter 18. The Bible talked about a judge who does not fear God nor regard man. He said, I don't fear God, I don't regard man. In other words, I do what I like. Don't get married to somebody who is like that. Obviously, the Bible said, don't be unequally yoked with unbelievers. If he's like that, he doesn't fear God, he doesn't regard man, so he's ungodly, he's an unbeliever. You will not enjoy the marriage, because the Bible commanded us, God commanded us, marry somebody who is in the Lord. Somebody who doesn't fear God, doesn't regard man, obviously he's not in the Lord. If you marry him, you will regret, you will not enjoy your marriage will be miserable. If this message spoke to you, I want you to share with everybody who is navigating this stage of marriage. If you're a returning viewer, don't forget to subscribe. And if you are new to this channel, my name is JP Forward. See you in the next one.